Hello, everyone, and welcome to Walk In Angel Ariel's weekly wisdom for the upcoming week of February 6th through February 12th, 2022. My name is Claire Candy Huff. My name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my #1 Amazon International best-selling book, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. I'd like to welcome back my loyal subscribers. It's lovely to be in your energies once more. And if you found the Claire Candy Hoff YouTube channel for the very first time, a big welcome to you. If you are here for the first time, let me share a little bit about myself. Through my full-time business for almost 20 years, as I created it in 2003, through Angel Healing House, I'm a Reiki Master Teacher, having taught hundreds and hundreds of Reiki practitioners and master teachers around the world, either in my beautiful office here in Santa Monica, California, or else online. I'm a channel, clairvoyant, psychic tarot card reader. I also do past life clearings and ancestral healings, and I also help connect people energetically with their twin flame. Many times our twin flames are across the veil and not in this incarnation, but they can help us tremendously with that energetic connection. And as I said, I'm also the author of several award-winning #1 Amazon International bestsellers. To find out about my services and my award-winning books, please go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. Or you can always call 831-277-3716, and that is Pacific Standard Time. I'd like to send out a big thank you to all those who have contributed to my free content here on YouTube, whether you've garnered some inspiration, motivation, clarity, direction, or enlightenment, or, as many people have said, they have healed just through the tone and the timbre and the energies coming through from myself, Angel Ariel, and my angelic family, the Posse of Angels. If you would love to contribute, please do find my PayPal link in the description box down below. So let's start, as we do every week here on Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom. Before we touch any oracle cards or tarot cards, let's look at the astrological aspects that will be affecting us all in this first week in February. So, drum roll please, for Mercury began to station direct on February the 3rd, getting out of retrograde, and it will be out of its shadow phase around mid to late February. So don't expect things to just hop on and move forward. We won't be seeing that full movement until mid-February or the end of February. And for those who have had their projects, their plans, even their lives slowed down or completely halted during this Mercury retrograde, some would say that's a pretty nice Valentine's Day present when things start to move forward. Now today, February 5th, the Sun conjuncts Saturn, and a conjunction in astrology is also a new beginning. It's interesting to note that we have one Sun-Saturn conjunction every year, and that is our yearly opportunity to birth a new Saturn project, which when done with diligence and hard work, commitment and mastery, brings in great rewards and recognition, both personally and financially. So here we are in what many are calling the month of love, because it contains Valentine's Day. And while it is ludicrous to only have one day out of the year to focus on love, my angelic family, the Posse of Angels, will take this month to focus on what some would say is the greatest blessing that we have been given, which is to love and be loved in return. My husband Pete and I just took a trip to beautiful Sedona, Arizona, and one of the treasures that I found there was this little heart. And it reads, "And now these three remain." And this is from 1 Corinthians, and that's 13:13. It says, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. And yet many experience that in finding love, they are led on an elusive search that sometimes leaves them feeling perplexed and emotionally exhausted and anything but blissed out. To help us in this month where we will be focusing on love, and this includes the greatest love for ourselves, we will look at different ways that we can connect to love. Now, the Posse of Angels is reminding us that love is the strongest force in the universe. No matter what we believe in, we all have this amazing ability to open up our hearts to others and love them regardless of things like race, color, opinions, and choices, knowing that we all come from Creator God, the most loving source in the universe. I asked the Posse of Angels, why on earth would anyone choose to withhold love from someone? Well, the Posse of Angels is sharing with us that while there are many reasons why people choose not to love one another, ultimately the reasons do not matter. For all the reasons we give for not loving another can be traced back to not loving ourselves and not connecting to God's source creator within. To love another unconditionally, we must first choose to connect with unconditional love for ourselves, for this is what our divine, inherent, eternal nature would choose. And it matters not if someone done us wrong, speaks badly about us, judges us, or any other reason. For the reason was co-created by us in the first place, to see if we would still choose to unconditionally love them, regardless of anything. When we choose to open the door to our heart, it makes many of us feel unsafe and vulnerable, as we lose control of what or who will enter. But in the majority of cases, in order to experience the most extraordinary feelings of love, we need to open ourselves wide to receive, without any conditions or restrictions, to allow the love inside of us to flow forth freely and unconditionally. Now, the Posse of Angels is adding that the world got so far off track because we allowed ourselves to forget who we divinely are by seeing ourselves as anything other than love, and by continually searching for love outside of ourselves. It allows for those things that are not of the light of Creator God's source to define us. When we cross over from the physical to our one true home, behind the veil of forgetfulness, which is the name of my first #1 Amazon International bestseller. But when we cross over from the physical plane to our one true home in spirit, we will realize that hell does not exist across the veil. Hell is only a place where each and every one of us, if we choose with our lower dimensional thoughts, to materialize in our realities. But when we cross over to our one true home, we realize that the hell does not exist across the veil, and that underneath any illusion or contrary beliefs, we are all goodness and love. These illusions that we were anything but love came from an insane world, which was devoid of love, which programmed many to act insanely. The illusion of us being anything less than love itself comes from our attitudes and perceptions in which we have allowed ourselves to be hijacked by the programming that assured us to accept anything other than love. This programming came from the perpetuation of agendas that included us against them, the belief that one group was right and another group was wrong, one group being good and another group being bad. All that this way of thinking did was to keep us on a constant carousel that perpetuated and supported fear, isolation, and exclusion. All of these things do is to go counter to our gift of love. Now, in a world where so many have created realities which are devoid of love and filled with judgment, fear, and blame, the simplest way to experience a connection to all the love in the universe can be accomplished merely by putting our focus and attention on love. Underneath all the layers of things that we've done, experienced, the beneficial and non-beneficial choices that we've made, underneath whatever regrets, resentment, bitterness, anger, unforgiveness, sadness, or judgment that we've chosen to perpetuate, the fact is that we are pure energy of love. We always have been, and we always will be. And although our programming on the planet has seen many of us merely reacting to life, giving our power away, and searching outside of ourselves for our answers, the only things that will save our divided world is for us to finally remember to live life in direct alignment with our greatest power of all, which is love, as love is our divine nature. In fact, any justifications, rationalizing, or excuses of why we choose not to give love, it actually goes counter to our God-given gift of giving and receiving love. Simply put, the more love that you choose to focus on in your life, the more love you will see in your life. Use the energetic power behind your spoken words, your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions by creating them all through love. Love makes us whole. Love completes us. It gives us clarity, contentment, peace, and joy. By choosing to gift ourselves that internal love that has been there all along and refusing to focus on anything else, then that love will be projected externally to the universe. This is because love changes who we are or who we think we are. For when we choose to have love for ourselves, we feel worthy and we feel deserving. And when we allow ourselves to be clear enough to see the love in ourselves, we then become clear enough to see the love in others and clear enough to see the love in our world. Now, the posse of angels is saying that when we choose to see ourselves as love, we allow happiness to settle upon us. It is from this divine connection to our love within that we begin to experience our true potential. When I personally came home to the divine within myself and decided to radiate that love to the world, my whole life, the people who I drew to myself and the opportunities that manifested became reflections of that love within. By constantly choosing and consciously choosing to make my every thought, my every word, my every feeling in my heart come from that place of love, I created an energetic force within that became a vibration that touched everything else with love. With my heart constantly singing a joyous song of love, of remembrance of my divine connection to Creator God Source, I help the world remember their own song of divine connection. The posse of angels and I are reminding everyone that by living this way, we remember our divine core and always come from a state of love. We stop looking for our identity and recognition from the outside world. The truth is that finding ourselves and our acceptance from the outside world has never worked because love cannot be found outside of ourselves. Being the reflection of the most loving source of all, we were always meant to influence the world rather than the world influencing us. No matter what the question is, the answer is always love. If you're weary and you are exhausted, love. If you feel slighted by someone, love them. If you are totally spent, depressed, and your life seems to be without purpose, love. In fact, whatever we are faced with, love. And then, love even more. My clients through my Angel Healing House healing practice who have been depressed were immeasurably helped out of their depression by following my suggestion to go love and help someone less fortunate than themselves. And believe me, no matter how low we seem to be, there's always someone worse off than we are. So everyone, do take this time this month and focus on all the ways love shows up in your life. It could be an appreciation and a love of Mother Nature. It could be a love of a dear friend, love for a cherished pet, love for your blessings, that you have food to eat, a roof over your head, eyes to see, ears to hear, love for yourself, and a love for the help that divine God source and the angels are always sending us. All we need to do is to focus on love, and then we will see it expand in our lives. So let's go to our oracle cards and see what's come out for this coming week. I'm going to start with the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds, and this card has popped out of the deck. I think it's come out for the past 3 or 4 weeks, and it's this one yet again. It's number 11, and it's Sky Fire. Messages, channels, and information. With this card comes a new guide, new information. This could be perhaps, it could be a literal new spirit guide which you've drawn to you, because you're going to be stepping on your new dharmic path. And it's coming in to tell us what to do in this time of change. Now, Mercury just went station direct on February the 3rd, and it takes a good 12 to 14 days to really completely go around. The posse of angels are saying from the date of about February 22nd onward, there's going to be important physical information through meeting people in our soul tribes to help us to have the information to step on those new paths of serving in our highest way possible as we are going into this year 2022. Always remember the information that is given to you. You can trust it if it speaks to your heart, if it's clear, if it's profound, if it's nourishing, positive, and optimistic. It will arise soon, they are saying. The messages will begin to flow to you. We have our part to play in this new era of light on planet Earth. This part can lead to beauty and new abilities, and then putting them to use in the world by being of service to God's source. Now, this is very important for us to listen, to watch for it. Don't force anything, but be in wonderment and open to receive. For there now comes to us these messages for us to take action on how to walk the new earth. And this is Sky Fire. Beautiful. And the number 11 is that master number 11. So many of us have integrated these new energies, higher energies, and elevated consciousness on planet Earth, that we have become those ascended masters of light walking this planet. And hence the number 11. The next card that's coming out for us is a number 30. which is a 3. This is the card of creation. It's also the card of miracles. And it's saying that the journey you have taken within has been challenging particularly over the last 2 years. But you have made it to the center of who you are. So much clearing, so much cleansing, so much integration. And now that you know what treasure lies within you, you can rise again and re-enter the world and know fully who you are and why you are here. And the illumination might be my time of deep quiet and integration is going to lead to my personal breakthrough. Now, if there was one thing that I was hearing before doing the video, was I kept hearing the word breakthrough, breakthrough, breakthrough coming. So if you have lost hope if you will ever see, that forward movement in your life, they're saying that the breakthrough is coming. And I know it's coming because after the rocky time of the 5 comes the 6, which is 42. And this one is Tree of Souls, Collective Wisdom, Kinship, Group, and Library. What we see now on planet Earth is we can see the awakening of the collective as they come together in unity, and its force is driving freedom and liberation. And it's driving this force behind it, unified force of us as a collective. The posse of angels are saying the power was always within us. We just needed to take action. Now, the posse of angels is also sharing that towards the end of February, they're saying once again, from February 22nd on, many will experience the coming together and of those in our soul tribe to present themselves for the information to be brought to us how we're going to be stepping on this new path. And this tree of souls is combining, they're showing me all the roots that we have not been able to see underneath the ground that is connecting all of those to come together to create those new organizations, those new structures, those new systems of light that are going to replace the old, crumbling, dark greed, corruption, and bringing such beauty and light and unity and harmony for everyone to thrive on the planet. So much light coming in there. So thank you very much, Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. Now, I did mention that my beloved Twin Flame Pete and I went to Sedona, Arizona, and besides this wonderful little heart with 1 Corinthians on it, but the greatest thing of love, another thing that I got was this beautiful plaque. And it says, you were imagined by God's heart, formed by God's hands, and placed in this world for a purpose. Isn't that beautiful? Each and every one of you was formed by God's heart and formed by her hands. And you're here for a very special purpose. And that purpose will be shown to us as we go more into February, end of February, and into those months of March and April. Now, let me see. Oh, another thing, another treasure that I found when I was there were these beautiful cards. They're the Angel Kindness cards. And if you're interested in those, they are by Teresa, Teresa Kogut, Kogut. 3 cards came out for us. And the first one was this one. I love the illustrations on these cards. And on the back it says you were born with a special purpose, and it's unique to you. Only you can carry it out. So, be you. Trust God and believe in yourself. Nobody will be left behind on this new earth, unlike the former kidnapped and hijacked dark earth, where only an elite few were allowed to really thrive on this planet. No one is being left behind now, because it's mirroring heaven on earth. In my book, One True Home Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness, I speak about, when we're across the veil, we realize that nobody is left behind, and we lovingly nurture and nourish each and every soul there, because we know that what we do for another, we do for ourselves. And the back of the card is those two little bluebirds of happiness and that beautiful heart. So again, it talks about our dharmic purpose. Why are we here? Why did we contract? And again, in my book, One True Home Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness, I'll just show you the cover of that book. I talk about soul contracts and why we wrote in our contracts to be here, contracted to be here on planet Earth at this really important time, because we each have an integral puzzle piece of the planet to bring back during this amazing time of reawakening here on planet Earth. The next card that's coming out from that angel kindness cards was this one. It's just so peaceful. And it says, pray without ceasing. Just pray. Your life is a reflection of your thoughts and your feelings. Every day, choose joy, gratitude, harmony, and love. And I just spoke about love, our greatest blessing of all. When you're confused, love. When you're weary and exhausted, love. When you simply cannot figure out why you're here, why something happened, love. Often when life turns out as we expected, love. But especially when life doesn't turn out the way we expected it, the way we're attached to it, love. Because it so often happens that some of our greatest things that we experience in hardship and adversity and in struggle is what our soul contracted to learn, and it will build character for us. And because we have gone through it, we will help others go through it as well. So pray. Pray to the divine. Pray to God's source and the angels. Prayers are always answered, not necessarily in your timing, and not necessarily in the way that you think they should be answered, but in the most extraordinary, synchronistic ways. Pray. Pray without ceasing. And the next card that's coming out for us in this delightful deck is this one. Once again, the message on it is you stand the tallest when you're on your knees in prayer. Two cards about praying came out. We stand at our tallest when we release and we surrender, and we let go of our version of what our ego wants, and we love and we give and we pray. Pray that we can be up to the task that God, Source, Creator, and the angels have co-created with us in our contracts to be able to step up. And sometimes the greatest way that we step up is we get down on our knees. Just like this little soul here. So beautiful. Let's go to our tarot cards and see what comes out. I hope everybody is well. in this first week. That one just flipped over. In the first week in February, as I said, my husband Pete and I had a wonderful restorative retreat in beautiful Sedona, Arizona. It's about a 7-hour drive from Santa Monica, and it was a cold snap there, and Santa Monica weather is always so beachy and typical Californian-ish, warmer weathers, but it got down to freezing, and the tops were about 40 degrees, and we rugged up, and we hiked, and we saw the beautiful rock formations, and we laughed and we restored and we recharged there, and it was just a beautiful time out. I hope you're getting time for time out before the end of February, because that's when Mercury will be completely going forward. The planets are all going direct, and so the movement forward is going to be rapid and swift, and things are going to come in very rapidly. And we will wish that we had taken time out to restore and to refresh, push the refresh button. Even if you can't get away, maybe treat yourself to a staycation at home. Maybe you can purchase some lovely bath products, like a body scrub or a, bubble bath or things like that, or take time out, to do something restorative for yourself, because you're going to wish you did once things really start to move forward. I'm using my deck, which is the Angel Healing House Tarot deck. Not available yet for purchase, but hopefully will be soon. Maybe, who knows, maybe this year. First card coming out for us is the High Priestess. Now, what I just heard was something is going to be revealed for us. Don't expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. And yes, a lot of our little, sort of feelers have gone up, and we're getting very excited about that new adventure that we're going to be going on. Many of us are going to be moving locations. Many of us are going to be presented with opportunities, business opportunities, jobs, those offers, to join organizations, to join companies, to join different groups, to build those structures and systems of light and those new endeavors on the planet that are rapidly being created to be more in tune with the light of Mother Earth now. So this is something being revealed to us. Thank you, High Priestess. Now the Strength card. Now the Strength card is actually, in many tarot readers, read this as a breakthrough card, because of all that we've been through the last 2 years, because all that we've learned and garnered from going through the last 2 years. We now have the strength, we now have the courage and the bravery to be authentic, to speak our minds, to speak what's in our hearts, to show the world our authentic selves, and this is a breakthrough. And we now have the courage of the lion to be able to bring our words and our creative efforts forward, but we also have the gentleness of the lamb, that we don't force and we don't push anything. Some people would say that that lamb is representative of the Christ consciousness in each and every one of us. That is that light that we shine forth and share for others. The next card that's coming out, is the new beginning. This is the Ace of Wands. This is the hand of God saying this is specifically, uniquely for you that you're going to be handed. And that reminds me of the second card that, I think it was the second card that came forth, the sacred journey that we've been on. Because of that sacred journey, of that introversion, the seeker, the self-knowledge, all that we've integrated, now we can step on that dharmic path, taking us to our castle there. It's going to be amazing, absolutely amazing for each and every one of us what is coming in. Don't get too narrow with your expectations and your specifics on how this has to look, because it'll be greater. The more you can release what you think is coming in, then the more the infinite can work with the synchronicities, the magic, and the miracles of life. The next card is coming out, and there are those groups and those organizations that the Hierophant card so often speaks about. But that's joining those groups, organizations, or communities to bring forth those new projects. But this is also, the Hierophant is also you. You are the spiritual teacher. You are the ascended master that's going to be put in those positions to be able to teach others the knowledge, the self-knowledge that you received and you integrated with all the healing and the clearing and the cleansing that you've done, all the self-knowledge that you now possess. The Knight of Wands, yes, many of us are going to be moving. The action that, and look at the pheasant there, like suddenly this information comes in and whoop, off you go. Off you go, starting that new offer, not new career. A lot of us are going to be moving, well, here in the Northern Hemisphere, late spring, let's say March, April, May, beginning of June. Many of us are going to be on the move. Many of us are going to be on the move. We're going to get that information about those new creative visions and those ideas towards the end of February, beginning of March, and then it's see you later, creating that movement. And we're going to be so excited because we'll be ready for it. Remember, we're not going to be offered anything that we did not co-create to experience, and there's nothing that we can't handle. Wow, the next card is the Six of Wands. This is the recognition card. And you're going to be offered these things as a reward for all the light, all the love, and all that you've done and integrated. It's a victory card. It's a recognition. It's a card of promotion. And the Six is a card of balance and harmony. And the accolades that are going to be coming in are going to be well earned. That's the word, well earned. And the last card is the number 8, which is about abundance and prosperity and wealth. But this is the card for being recognized. The 8 of Pentacles is being recognized as a craftsperson for all of your hard work. This is a card of recognition. So both of these cards together, the Six of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles, do bode really well for all the hard work that you've put in to something and being recognized and rewarded because of it. Now, they do want me to look at the bottom of the deck, and they said the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is the giving and the receiving card. The receiving of the abundance coming in. And it's another 6 card, which is, again, after the rocky times of the 5, the 6 comes in to balance our lives out. Many are going to be experiencing those financial rewards and for their hard work. Now, which way are we going? Let's go to this deck, which is Postcards from Spirit. I love these. And what did we get in the mail today? We got this one. Dear you, oh my, things are stirred up and change is upon you. What did I say? This is cause for celebration. No need to be nervous, but know that it's okay to be afraid when faced with the uncertainties of life. The funny thing is that courage doesn't get mustered in the absence of fear, rather in spite of it or even because of it. Step into the unknown now. Let go of the branch you are clinging to, and let Spirit take the wheel and help steer you to your highest good and your most wonderful adventure. All you need to do is to concern yourself with is choosing courage and bravery as your ally, the courage to believe in yourself. Leave the rest up to Spirit. There's a load of miracles being shipped your way. Remember what philosopher Joseph Campbell said. Take one step toward the gods, and they will take 10 toward you. We're all doing the destiny cha-cha on your behalf. That's right. Please, don't be afraid to dance with Spirit. Loving you always. I love that card. Don't be afraid to dance with Spirit. They know best. To finish off today, let's go to our Making Magic cards. Let's see here. Having just spent 3 freezing days in Sedona, it's lovely to feel the Santa Monica nice warm temperature. We're about 68 degrees here today. Beautiful full sun. So after this, I'm going to go on the balcony and I'm going to speak to the morning doves. Pete and I love our morning doves that gather around our apartment building here, our townhouse, and I'll be lucky to see some squirrels out there that just convene with the beautiful trees and nature. Come on. Oh, did that jump? No. Come on, posse of angels. 3. Let's see if we can get 3 jumpers. Well, just pick them if you want me to pick them. Oh, first card. Trinket 5, manifesting money and income. I just said that, about the abundance, about the financial rewards coming in for many of us, for our projects, our creative visions, the things that we put our heart and our soul into. It's so beautiful. So Trinket 5, I'll take it. What else? Come on, jump. That one jumped. The golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. I just mentioned the sun. You are the sun. You are unique. You are so unique. This card, you were born with a purpose that is unique to you. Only you can carry it out. So be you. Trust God and believe in yourself. Why would anyone want to be anybody else? So there's the sun card. So you have manifesting money and income, bringing in fame, notoriety, and fortune. And one more card, Spirit, one more card. One more card. Oh, there we go. Actually, 2 came out. This one is achievement, win the award, win the accolade, and the contract. How about that? I love that. Yes, many of us are going to be offered contracts for things to do, things offered, business, jobs, opportunities. And then this one came out. This one's come out before. It's Felix Felicitas, power symbol to create luck, synchronicities, and serendipitous events. And certainly that's what's going to be brought in for many of us. We're going to be thinking to ourselves, how the blankety blank did that ever happen? It's because we let go, we surrendered, and we let God, Source Creator, and the angels show us. My quote that I created was, let go of the steering wheel of life so that God and the angels can drive you around to all the miracles. And on that note, I'm going to wish everyone to fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself and others. Take time this week up until the mid or end of February to really restore, to refresh, to push the restore and re-energize button, and you'll be very glad you did as we go into the end of February and into March, when things will really speed up for us. And I'm wishing you love and angel blessings as always. Take care, everyone. I hope to hear from you this coming Thursday, which is my Angel Healing House blog talk radio show, now in its 11th year, in which the first half hour is spent, sharing information, channeled information from my angelic family, the Posse of Angels. And then maybe you'll call in for a free mini angel reading in the last half of the show. So take care, everyone, and have an absolutely beautiful week. Bye.